Welcome back to the Plot Twist Unfiltered. I've said before that this is an unfiltered podcast and that I do not write scripts. That is still true, but I do want to explain something. I have to write things down. Not because I'm trying to sound perfect or plan. I write things down because I forget things. Some days my memory is okay, some days it's really bad. I have not talked much about it, but it's something I deal with every day. What scares me the most is that when I do remember things, it's usually negative stuff, painful stuff. It feels like my brain holds all the bad memories and and more of the bad memories instead of the good ones. So lately I've been trying to retrain my brain. I'm trying to remember positive moments, good things, happy things, not just the dark ones. I also want to take accountability, and I want to touch back on episode 40 on the days of accountability. When I lost my job in 2023, everything was felt normal. I did my day-to-day life. I adjusted, but over time things changed. I was put on bed rest because of my pregnancy. I was not allowed to go anywhere. I could not really do anything. Every day felt the same. And instead of filling that time with something healthy, I did not. I got bored. I got depressed. I started engaging in drama, started drama, stayed in drama, told some lies, and aggravated things. I need to own that. At one point, I wanted to be TikTok famous, not because I wanted attention, just because I wanted to have attention. Um, I didn't want attention, but I wanted to have attention, if that makes sense. Because I wanted to see people read my books. I wanted to make money. I wanted to feel useful. I wanted to feel seen. And at the time, I was writing my books, but I wasn't publishing them yet. So I just wanted to chase views and engagement and chase validation. And I wanted to make money off TikTok because I heard you can make money. So that's why. And when I finally started publishing my book, it shifted. Then I wanted people to buy my books. So I chased the views, engagement, I chased validation. And then I wanted to help my friends out as well, get views and support. But somewhere between all that, I lost myself. Between memory loss, boredom, depression, wanting attention, I crossed lines, I trolled, I made things up, I did things I'm not proud of. I wanted to be clear that I do not do that anymore. I do not troll, I do not have fake accounts. I'm actively staying away from drama, and since November, I have been staying on the book side of TikTok and the face side of TikTok. I have been focusing on growth and instead of chaos. There is still more I need to own. When I get upset with someone or frustrated with a situation or with another friend, I go to another friend and vent. In my mind, I'm thinking I'm just getting my feelings out, my frustration. I'm not realizing that I'm putting them in the middle. One, and two, I'm gossiping. And three, it is considered talking badly about that person. Um, and I'm involving my friends in drama they don't want to be in, chaos they don't want to be in. So I have to own that. I need to own that because I notice that I do that when I'm frustrated, when I'm upset, or like I said in the last episode, like I have to be right about everything. It's just, I have to be right about everything. And I'm learning that it's okay to be wrong. I'm learning that it's okay to be wrong. That doesn't make you stupid. That doesn't make you dumb. It's okay to be wrong. It's okay not to be right all the time. And I'm learning that. And I own that. I grew up in chaos. Drama was normal. Chaos was, chaos was normal. Conflict was normal for me. Life was like that growing up. And then when I moved out, when I was 18 and it became quiet and peaceful, I noticed that I actually did not notice it until November of last year. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I did not notice my pattern until someone called me out in November of 2025. And I'm just like, what? And then it wasn't just that one person, it was multiple persons saying the same thing. So I'm just like, wait a minute. And then that's when I started noticing my pattern. Like, when I'm depressed or bored or lonely, or I'm sad, or anything, angry, I fall into my old pattern, my old ways, which is drama, chaos, um, telling little white lies. Even if they're little white lies, they're still drama. Putting my friends in the middle, putting my friends into the drama, when in reality, they don't ask to be in it. They don't want to know, like, all that. Like, when I hit them up, they want to know, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing great. They don't want to know, oh, this and this and this. Oh my God, this and this happened. And that's something I'm realizing, and I take full accountability for and responsibility for. Losing my grandparents in February didn't help the situation. It made everything worse. I was already struggling with, and then grief just pushed me too deeper in unhealthy behavior. On top of that, I went from working all the time to being home constantly, homeschooling, doing the same routine every day, rarely leaving the house, and it got lonely. And it does. Like, I only would leave the house for doctor's appointments, food shopping. I never got to see adult interaction. I never got breaks. My friends were always busy working, which I'm not upset about. They have lives of their own and they have to work, so I don't expect them to be talking to me 24/7. And I'm learning to sit with myself. I'm learning to recognize my patterns instead of running from them. And when you don't see adult interaction, well, for me, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, if I don't see adult interaction, my mind starts racing. It doesn't shut off. Constantly, my mind is racing. It's thinking of different scenarios in my head, different things, and my mind just does not shut off. Um, and it wasn't until November when a close friend called me out for my behavior. And then I really like took a step back from TikTok and I deleted all my fake accounts. And then I kind of like took a step back and I kind of realized, damn, like, hold up, wait a minute, what am I doing? And then that's when I noticed that it's a pattern with me. So I'm learning to break that pattern. I'm learning to pray. I'm learning to talk to my therapist instead. In between my memory loss from the stroke like symptoms and losing people I love close to me, finding out that my other grandpa on my mom's side has Alzheimer's, it's a fear. Like, I'm scared I might get it, but none of that is an excuse. Depression is an excuse. Boredom is an excuse, and having no job is an excuse. I have to take full responsibility for my actions because I don't want my kids to grow up thinking this behavior is normal. I don't want them to do. I want them to do better than me. I want them to be better than me. I want them to achieve me, outsmart me, outdo me, everything, and that which will mean the world to me. Um, and even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable, like talking about this because it is uncomfortable, and it's embarrassing because like I'm a grown ass adult, and I'm now realizing this because I had the friends that didn't tell me. Like, I had people that really didn't tell me about my patterns. They just went along with it. And then I met friends that actually didn't go along with it and they would tell me. And now I see why there's so many people going in and out of my life and why some people don't show up or show back up. And I see why um, everybody walks out. But it's not all because of my behavior, because I'm not always like that. I'm actually a really good person. Um, and not all the time do I pick the right friends. if I may say. There has been times that my childhood friends or my closest friends be like, yo, why are you hanging out with this person, or why are you talking to this person? Like, they're nothing but drama. They're gonna drag you down, and you're gonna go back into your old ways. And then it's like, I don't really think about it because, like I said, I didn't realize about my patterns until last year. That's when I really noticed it. um and that's when I'm like, dang. So I'm taking accountability. I'm owning up to my mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm not the greatest, but I am evolving. I am changing. I am trying to do better. I actively want to do better. And that is why I'm literally doing a podcast right now about accountability and telling a whole bunch of strangers I'm owning my shit. I'm literally owning it. And I'm taking full accountability, full responsibility. And I'm learning, choosing accountability, growth, healing, and when it comes to uncomfortable. If this episode represents, or if this episode touches you at all and you feel the same way, or your healing takes time, or any of this episode speaks to you, you are not alone. You are not a bad person. Um, you're taking awareness, and awareness is healing takes time. Awareness is powerful, and it's the first step. And then accountability is the second step, and then change is the third step. I'm going to end like I always do. God granted me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, the wisdom to know the difference. Thank you for listening to the Plot Twist Unfiltered. And again, if I ever hurt anyone, I take full accountability, responsibility. If I ever did you wrong, ever put you in drama, ever put you in a bad place, ever put you in a dark place because of my dark, twisty self, I do apologize. I am growing. I am taking responsibility. And I'm owning that. I am not perfect. I am just human. We are all human. We all make mistakes. And we all fall into the trap of drama, gossip, chaos. We all fall trap into it. It's inedible to not fall into that trap. But to not go back to it, you have to train your mind. And one thing I do know for sure is that I never let go of the bad things that have happened to me. I say I do, but I really don't. I remember every little detail. I remember everybody that has hurt me, everybody that has wronged me. And I never look at the bigger picture, like before they wronged me, what did they do? They were actually really good people, like the people that used to live with me. They were amazing people. They cooked, they cleaned, they they helped me out by paying bills. They were there for me. Yes, they may not talk to me right now, and that's because they're busy working and they got their own lives. And maybe I was too much for them, because I'm a lot for a lot of people. I repeat myself. I talk too much. I overtext. I overshare. And sometimes I will reopen a wound that has been closed for months because I would forget that we already fixed that. We already closed that chapter, but because I would forget, I would reopen that wound. So again, like, I'm owning my parts, I'm owning my faults, I'm owning my wrongs, I'm taking accountability, I'm trying to do better. I may not be perfect, I may not be the greatest, and I may be learning this as I go, but I had to grow up fast. I had to be a parent at a young age, and I never really took accountability for any of my past mistakes because growing up, it was all normal for me. All of this was normal for me. Chaos, drama, all of it. It was normal for me. I grew up to it. I had friends that did it. Those are the friends that I chose to hang out with, and that's no excuse, but I'm owning not just last year's, but every year. I want to own every year. I want to own from the time I was in elementary school, middle school, high school, whatever the case may be, college. I'm owning it all, not just a little bit. So that is accountability and responsibility. And I'm taking it all and I'm owning it. And again, I know that I'm oversharing and over talking. Um, so I do apologize. But thank you for listening. This is a Plot Twist Unfiltered.